Yes, see here, Nana, distance is nothing but here, see, if a person starts his journey at point A and he stops his journey at point B. Okay, so he starts his journey at point A and stops his journey at point B here. So what is the distance and displacement of this person? So distance, see here, this here to here, he traveled like this. This is a path he traveled from point A to B here. So assume that here when he started from point A, so this is the starting point, initial point. So he crossed this point here. Okay, and again he crossed here this point. And again here crossed. And here crossed again. And here to here. And here to here. Finally to here. Okay, see now. What is the distance and displacement of the person from point A to point B? Yes, Mangadevi?
టీచర్ నాకు స్క్రీన్ షేర్ కనిపించలేదు టోటల్ బ్లాక్ గా ఉంది
Once leave from the class and again join, it will come.
ఓకే టీచర్
Okay, see here. Distance is nothing but Nana, the total path traveled by the object from one point to another point. The total path we have to take from the initial point to final point with respect to time here. That is a distance. Okay, here. Distance equals to total path we are saying. So from point A to point B here, total path is here, for example, from here, 5 plus 3, 4, 6, 4, 3, 2 we are taken. So here from initial point to final point, we may get so many crosses. Maybe we stops at some points. So that one also we have to calculate here. ఒక పాయింట్ నుండి స్టార్ట్ అయ్యాము ఇంకో పాయింట్ కి ఎండ్ అయ్యాము అంటే మిడిల్ లో మనం ఎక్కడెక్కడ వెళ్ళాము, ఎక్కడ నుండి ఎక్కడికి స్టార్ట్ అయ్యాము, ఎక్కడ నుండి ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తున్నాము, ఎక్కడ స్టాప్ అయ్యాము, ఎక్కడ టర్నింగ్ తీసుకున్నాము. సో ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ we have to take in this. So distance means we'll take total path traveled by the object with respect to time here. So for example here we are taken total path from A to B, that is we are adding all the distances here. So we got here 27, right? So here from point A to B, the total path traveled by the person is 27 kilometers. We are taking total path now. Yes. Yes, Sai Teja? Yes, Sai Teja.
Teacher,
Where is your notes? There is a note. Huh? Where you are now? What you are doing? See here, distance is nothing but total path we have to take now from initial point to final point. But displacement is here only the shortest path between the 2 points will take. What are the 2 points here? Initial point and final point. Just the shortest path between the initial point and the final point. So here in this here, P is the initial point and Q is the final point. So what is the displacement here? We'll take P to Q, that's it. We'll not take this total distance here to calculate the displacement. We'll take just shortest path between the 2 points. That is the displacement. Okay, here displacement equals to shortest distance between 2 points. That is, if you are here, if you are taken here P to Q displacement, assume that this is 2 kilometers. So what is the displacement from initial point to final point? Means simply we'll say just 2 kilometers, because here we are taking the shortest point between the 2 points. So that's why the displacement equals to 2 kilometers. So displacement is always lesser than distance, Nana. Why it is always lesser than distance? Why the distance value always greater than displacement? Because distance means we'll take total path traveled by the object from one place to another place. And displacement will take shortest path traveled by the object from one place to another place. So that is the difference here. So that's why always we'll get distance number greater than displacement number. Here, displacement always takes shortest distance and distance takes the total path. So here, based on this, distance is a scalar and displacement is vector. So here this is displacement. Distance is scalar and displacement is vector here. So what is scalar and what is vector? Who will tell the answer? If you know, you can raise your hand. What is scalar and what is vector? Yes, Gunatai? Your voice is not coming. Yes, Sharanya?
Teacher, scalar is it has magnitude but not direction. Vector is it both magnitude and direction, teacher.
Very good, very good. So here, distance is a scalar and displacement is vector. Here, scalar and vector are nothing but these are the physical quantities. Okay, these are the physical quantities. We'll use these terms in our physics here. So scalar is nothing but it will give only magnitude but no direction. It will not give any direction. Scalar. It will give only magnitude. We are saying magnitude is nothing but number. Number is nothing but what is the distance traveled by the object from one place to another place. So that number it will give scalar. But vector will give both magnitude and direction. So what is the distance traveled by the object from one place to another place and in which direction it is traveled, it will give. Scalar వచ్చేసి ఓన్లీ మనకు magnitude మాత్రం ఇస్తుంది, అంటే నంబర్ మాత్రమే ఇస్తుంది. అంటే ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది ఒక ప్లేస్ నుండి ఇంకో ప్లేస్ కి ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ ట్రావెల్ అయింది, ఎన్ని కిలోమీటర్స్ ట్రావెల్ అయింది, ఒక నంబర్ అనేది వస్తుంది మనకి, అంతే. డైరెక్షన్ అనేది ఇవ్వదు. బట్ వెక్టర్ ఏం చేస్తుంది, డైరెక్షన్ ఇస్తుంది యాజ్ వెల్ as మాగ్నిట్యూడ్ కూడా ఇస్తుంది. అంటే నంబర్ ఇస్తుంది, డైరెక్షన్ కూడా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇక్కడ, అది కూడా వస్తుంది. సో వెక్టర్ క్వాంటిటీ విల్ సే magnitude as well as direction. Okay, so here distance is a scalar and displacement is vector. So distance will give only magnitude. That means what is the distance traveled by the object from one place to another place, the total path will take. So that's why here distance is a scalar and displacement is the vector, because here it will give the path, shortest path traveled by the object from one place to another place, and the direction of the object, in which direction the object traveled. So scalar is a physical quantity having only magnitude, and vector is a physical quantity but having magnitude and direction. See, a vector quantity can be represented as directed line segment. Its length indicates magnitude and arrow indicates its direction. So, see here the diagram carefully. So, we have taken one arrow here. Right? So, here we know a vector quantity represented as a directed line segment. So, this is one of the indication to vector quantity. So, this vector quantity represented as a line segment. So, its length. So, this is the length number. Okay, its length indicates magnitude and this arrow indicates direction. We know when we'll move from in anywhere, so we don't know the direction. So what we'll do at that time? We'll choose the arrows. We'll go through with the arrows. Right? మనం arrows చూస్తూ వెళ్తాం. ఎటు వెళ్ళాలి ఏంటి అని చెప్పేసి తెలియకపోతే మనకి డైరెక్షన్ అన్న అక్కడ బోర్డ్స్ పైన చూసుకుంటాం. ఇప్పుడు నిజామాబాద్ నుండి హైదరాబాద్ వెళ్ళాలి. సో ఎలా వెళ్ళాలి మనకు తెలియదు డైరెక్షన్. What we'll do at that time? We'll read on the boards how many kilometers in which direction we have to go. So in that direction we'll go. Right? So here this length on the arrow, the length indicates the magnitude. That means number. And here this arrow indicates the direction. Okay, Nana? So here point A is called tail and point B is called head. Always head of the arrow indicates direction. Okay, always head of the arrow indicates direction. See here one example. Now you have to say the answer. If you know, you can raise your hand. I'll give you a minute option. So here, if you want to go from your home to school. So here given time and distance given. Okay. So here, what is the distance from your home to school?
8 kilometers.
See clearly what is the information given there?
Teacher, school to home to school to home to school go 8 kilometers to go
అక్కడ ఇంకేం ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఉంది అంటున్నాను.
in 15 minutes.
So we can go from home to school within 15 minutes. So the distance is here 8 kilometers. So to travel 8 kilometers from home to school, we need 15 minutes of time. So distance is nothing but it will give total path traveled by the object with respect to time here. So here the distance from home to school is 8 kilometers and the time is 15 minutes. So what is the distance traveled by the car in 15 minutes from home to school is 8 kilometers. And tell me, what is the displacement traveled by the car in 15 minutes from home to school? Yes, who will tell? travel 50 kilometers of displacement towards, sorry, here it is 8 number. Okay, it travel 8 kilometers of displacement towards east. We know distance will give only magnitude, but displacement will give both magnitude and direction. So that's why we are taken displacement of the car within 15 minutes from home to school is 8 kilometers. But displacement of the car from home to school within 15 minutes is 8 kilometers towards east. So this is the displacement. Always remember one thing, displacement will give direction. It is vector quantity. And distance will give only magnitude, that is scalar quantity.